All right. Let's see. Hello, hello. Hi. Hi, this is Attorney Claudine Gasana. Good afternoon. It's been a while since I've been here. Yeah, I've been a little busy, but I'm here today. Today I want to talk about um, the humanitarian programs available for Palestinians. Again, this is Claudine Gasana, immigration attorney here in Texas. I'm going to talk about the deferred enforced departure for Palestinians and other benefits Palestinians have. As we know, after October 7th, 2000, this year, last year, there have been issues with, they have a war and humanitarian programs available for Palestinians. Oh, I do this all the time. Again, this is Claudine Gasana, immigration attorney here in Texas. All right. So, yes. So after what's happening in Palestine, so one will wonder, so what happens to Palestinians who are in the United States, or what happened to those who were able to flee and have been in the United States? What happened to those Palestinians who were in the US as students, but now are not able, obviously, to continue paying for their studies? So the good news I have today is that there has been a program by the Department of Homeland Security, by the Biden administration, which allows or affords certain Palestinians some benefits. One of them is the deferred, the name of it is the deferred enforced departure for Palestinians. So we'll develop this in a moment. I have a PowerPoint that I'm going to share with you. And also we will talk about what other Palestinians, especially in F1 student visa, can do in case they are here and they are not able to continue their studies because they're unable to continue paying for their studies for obvious reasons. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this must be it. Let me share with you. All right. So this, so what is the deferred info? What is this word? It escaped me so much. The deferred enforcement departure or deferred enforced departure. Okay. So it covers the Palestinians, okay? And goes from February 14, 2024 to August 13, 2025. So this program has been set up for this period of time. But as you know, like many other programs like TPS and other humanitarian programs or humanitarian parole programs, they will be extended, or most likely will be extended, depending on how the conditions and the situation is in Gaza or in Palestine. Okay, so what is this DED for Palestinians? So on February 14th, 2024, the President Biden issued a memorandum on the DED, or the Deferred Enforced Departure. Now I know this word, I'm getting the hang of it. And Employment Authorization for 18 months for eligible Palestinians that's going to last through August 13, 2025. So who is included are those Palestinians who were in the United States on February 14, 2024. So this date is very important because if someone, for example, arrives today, they may not be eligible unless later, perhaps next year when this one program is extended, they extend the cutoff date or the date the February 14, maybe they push it a little over to include other people. So now who is defined, who is a Palestinian? So a Palestinian is defined as an individual of any nationality or without nationality who possesses any of the documents below. So, most people, some of you know that people from Palestine, they don't really have I don't know, they don't have a state, right? So it might not be easy to know who is a Palestinian. So the Palestinian is somebody who has some type of identification from Palestine, such as a Palestinian Authority passport, a Palestinian Authority identification card, a birth certificate or birth extract verified or issued by a recognized governmental authority identifying the holder as having been born in the Palestinian territories, identification document issued by a third party or third country, the United Nations, its specialized agencies and related organizations, or the International Committee of the Red Cross, indicating the person or the holder as a Palestinian. So this is very important because some people may not have this ID card or a passport or even a birth certificate, but they may have a document from a third country or the UN or the Red Cross or other agencies of the international organizations, or as someone who have a travel document issued by a third country, the UN or the specialized agencies like we mentioned. We know some people, for example, may go to Lebanon and get able to get a travel document from there to be able to travel. It has not been easy to obtain any documentation from the Palestinian Authority for some time. So what are the list of documents? So you have in addition to establishing that you are Palestinian national, you also have to show that you have been in the United States. You have continuously been in the United States at least before February 14th, 2024. So how can you establish presence or continuous residence in the US? So you show, again, the passport for, those who have a form I-94, like those who came as students or visitors, or like those who were in the US as of February 14, 2024, the employment records. You may be on an employment visa. You also eligible for this DED. Rent receipts, bank books, all of these documents. You can see affidavits, money order to show you have been continuously and present in the United States on February 14, 2024. And then you'll be able to establish your presence, your identity, or your nationality. And then after that, so who you should be eligible, but who is not eligible now? Who is not eligible for this program, this DED? So those people who have been voluntarily returned to the Palestinian territories after February 14, 2024, they are not eligible for DED. So you may have heard of this program and then decided to come back after you have left the US, you will not be eligible for this program. The people who have not continuously resided in the US, as we have mentioned, you have to be able to provide evidence that you have continuously resided in the United States since February 14, 2024. People who are inadmissible, who deportable, there are different reasons for being inadmissible. So you may need to consult an attorney if you feel you may be inadmissible, you have been removed before, or you have other issues that may prevent you from benefiting from this program. People who have been convicted of any felony or 2 or more misdemeanors committed in the United States or who, yeah, so who maybe have asylum pending, or they are already 208 probably is for asylum. People who are subject to extradition, people who's present in the United States, you know, in the discretion of the Department of Homeland Security for the national security issues. Maybe the US, it does not think you deserve this, you may not be eligible. And yeah, of course, there are reasonable grounds to believe that you might cause some foreign policy, or it might hinder your presence, or this benefit to you might hinder US foreign policy. So those people may not be eligible, but for the most part, people will be eligible, of course, other than this listed here. All right, so this DED, not only it gives you some quasi status, meaning, you are here, be bothered like being illegal, but also you are eligible for employment authorization, which is very important. You're not gonna be here in the US and not have employment authorization. So this is very important. So, the same criteria applies is to the employment authorization, and as to this status that you'll be given. All right, so now also in the beginning, I mentioned that students may be eligible for relief. So like to be able to work. So this happens often. It is actually stipulated in the regulation for extenuating circumstances. Student or those who are a student visa may be able to apply for work authorization, for different reasons. So, usually those who have F1 visa, who are students, they are not eligible to work full time or outside of the campus, because, that's not the purpose of the F1. So, but circumstances apply to those. So this has been also extended to Palestinians. So the Palestinian students may request employment authorization and work an increased number of hours while school is in session.